Shannon Sharpe claims LeBron James' total points would have been much higher if he had Luka Doncic at 25. LeBron James became the first player in NBA history to score 50,000 total points on Tuesday night, a milestone that encapsulates his sustained excellence. LeBron is putting more distance between himself and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar on the all-time scoring list with every passing game, and by the time he's all said and done, his record could be impossible to reach. Most people have expected LeBron to retire within the next 2 years because that's what he's hinted at. The way he's playing, especially since Luka Doncic arrived, could change that, though, because it looks like he has a lot more left in the tank. Shannon Sharpe and Chad Johnson discussed the LeBron-Luka partnership on last night's episode of their Nightcap podcast, and Sharpe made an interesting claim that deserves further examination. He believes that LeBron's already impressive scoring record would have been out of this world if he had a teammate of Luka's caliber earlier in his career. You see what he's doing at 40. Imagine LeBron at 25 and 30, and he has a Luka that he doesn't have to worry about setting him up. Sharpe argued. Luka can do everything that LeBron does, and LeBron gets to focus on just scoring. What do you think LeBron's numbers would have been? Sharpe pointed to LeBron's shooting numbers since Luka arrived in LA as proof that he would have scored even more points if he had as creative as Luka by his side this whole time. He estimates that LeBron's assist numbers would have taken a hit, but the increased scoring would have made up for it. Let's examine whether Sharpe's theory holds water. Would LeBron James have more points if he always had a teammate like Luka? LeBron has been accused of being too unselfish in the past, such as in instances when he has passed up taking the game's final shot in order to find an open teammate. It's important to remember that passing and making his teammates better has always been an important part of LeBron's game, even more than scoring. Even having a teammate like Luka from a young age wouldn't change that mentality, and it would be a shame to see LeBron's passing and court vision go to waste to become an off-ball player. In that respect, Sharpe's analysis is off, even if his larger point of Luka being a help to LeBron is sound. LeBron certainly would have been more efficient as a scorer if he always had Luka, and Sharpe is smart to point out his increased shooting numbers since Luka arrived. It's a tricky balancing act, though, because in LeBron's early Cleveland years, he needed to assume a larger scoring burden because his supporting cast wasn't strong. LeBron would be more efficient, but he'd also be shooting less because Luka is such a high-usage player. Those two things would balance out to keep LeBron at around the same scoring level. The real benefit to having Luka would be in wins and losses. LeBron wasn't able to get over the hump until he joined forces with Dwyane Wade and Chris Bosh in Miami. He wasn't able to win a title in Cleveland until he had Kyrie Irving. Sub Luka in for Boobie Gibson or DeLon West, and suddenly LeBron has a chance to win a ring in Cleveland the first time around. In the end, it's difficult to imagine LeBron James scoring more than he already has. His numbers are already so immense, and he's scored so much despite that never being the primary strength of his game. At this point in his career, having someone like Luka is a godsend that could delay his retirement just enough to give him a real chance at a 5th championship.